Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live. I'm excited for this one. Today we're gonna go into a little bit of motivation boosting. We got summer coming up, and there's a natural energy shift that happens coming into the spring. If we're aware of it and we know that it's coming, we can use that to our advantage, and we can really absolutely kickstart the summer and smash these next few months. So we're going to tap into that today. But as always, let's start off with wins. So my win is I've had struggles with my sleep since moving. New environment, new bed a second time, and then just a whole different climate. We are up in the loft at my parents' house, which is third floor, and lovely, comfortable space, but it's more prone to temperature shifts. So it could be cold, it could be warm the next day, it can be cold at night, or if we have a warm front come in, it can get warmer through the night, and it's throwing off my sleep a little bit. But last night and the last two nights, I have found a way and a shift to keep the temperature a little bit more stable, and I've been sleeping like a log, and I love it. It's great. Um, Funny story, like 2 nights ago, Casey and I, sorry, one second. Dog's chewing on a bone and I gotta get it off the floor here. There. So Casey and I, we're in separate provinces right now. And so I had the idea that we could watch the same movie at the same time, and then just kind of like virtually watch it together and chat on the phone and laugh together and whatever and just spend some time. Um, I think I made it half an hour into the movie and I was out like a log, like right out. Casey, I guess, was trying to talk to me, and not only could she hear me snoring, but she could also hear this little piglet down here snoring. So she hung up and sent me a bunch of messages and made fun of me. And I woke up at some point. I don't know how long it was later, but I thought it was only like 5 minutes. So I started trying to talk to Casey because my headphones were still in my ear and the movie was still on. Well, kind of. Um, I was watching it and I was like, why did the movie change? Like, this is an entirely different movie than what I was watching. I was like, that's weird. Never had that issue with Amazon Prime, but then whatever is what it is. And then I realized there was nobody on the phone. Casey had hung up long before I started talking, and I slept through the entire movie, and the next movie started playing before I woke up. So, um, sleeping well. All right, so talking about our topic here, summer, shifting into summer. So, I don't know, everybody understands this feeling. We talked about this in the fall, where as the days get shorter and colder and darker, um, especially in like the further north that you are, we get a lot less sun exposure and a lot less vitamin D, and a lot of people are prone to um, well, either seasonal affective disorder if it's like fully aggressive enough to label it, or we just have like lower energy and mood shifts um, that impact us and they impact our motivation. It gets, excuse me, harder to wake up in the morning because our circadian rhythms are part of it is based off of like the natural like sun up sun down cycles, and so it can be a lot harder to get out of bed in the morning, a lot easier to get into bed earlier. Just our patterns start to change, and with fitness it tends to make it much more challenging. Then we move into like the full winter dread where we're like full out winter February, um, where it's just like, we don't really have any major holidays to look forward to. Christmas is like the big bang in the middle of winter, or the beginning of winter, I suppose, or slightly into winter if you're in Manitoba. Um, and We have all this excitement and everything, and like there's a whole season of like, it's exciting as we move into it. And then Christmas comes, New Year's goes, and it's kind of like, well, what now? We got Family Day, which is like it's nice to have a weekend, and then we have like Easter can be pretty exciting, but like there's a few months there where it just kind of drags. And then as spring comes in, days start to get longer, the weather starts to perk up, snow melts off, and we start to get a motivation boost. We start to get that sort of like relief of like, oh, nice sunny days, it's warm, I don't have to wear my coat today. Again, unless you're in Manitoba, I'm so sorry for our clients that are there. Last I saw, they still had like 3 feet of snow. Your time's coming though, it's coming soon. Yeah, and we start to get that like sort of energy shift, and it feels good. We want to be outside more. It's easier to get out of bed in the morning, and so we can use that and we can ride that and take advantage of it for our fitness practices. So here's where we get a little more tactical about how we're going to do this. First thing is to go through and do a little bit of a self audit. Just look through, like, this is what I want everybody to do, and I would encourage everybody to do, is go through each different aspect of your fitness program right now, your training, your nutrition, your habits, your sleep, that sort of stuff, and just kind of give yourself a rating of, in 2 columns. I want you to do 2 ratings. So one rating being how motivated and excited are you to do those things. Like, are you feeling like waking up being like, yeah, I'm ready to hit my training session today, or you're like, oh god, I'm supposed to train today. Same thing with your habits, like how motivated are you to do those things? And then I want you to do a second column and rate out of 10. And this is just for yourself. You don't have to send it to us or anybody else unless you want to, for like that extra little bit of like public acknowledgement can increase accountability. But you can post it and we will not judge it. But then go through in that second column and rate yourself out of 10 as to how you feel you're actually executing on those things. Do you think you're giving, like, 10 isn't perfect. I don't like using 10 out of 10 as like I hit everything with perfection kind of metric, but rather I'm putting a perfect effort in. And the difference there is you're trying your very hardest and you're leaving nothing on the table. Even if you're not perfect, you're doing the best that you can with the skills that you have. And 0 being I'm not doing anything. Right? So rate yourself on your effort level. Are you giving a perfect effort, or are you giving like a 6 out of 10 effort because motivation's not really there? You're whatever the reason might be, right? And that's going to be your little inventory, your self-reflection of where you're at, and it can be a humbling experience, and it's a good thing. It's not something to feel guilty about or anything like that. I don't want this to be any sort of practice that induces any sense of guilt or shame. Please do not take it that way. You can rate yourself like super low, but not be guilty about it, because it's just understanding where you're at right now, and wherever you're at is okay. But we want to recognize it, and then we want to look. This is where part 2 comes in. We're going to write down our goals, what we want to achieve by, well, we got, what's the date today? January, March, April 15th. I don't know if you're like me, but to get the months right, I have to go from January all the way through to to get to the next month. Otherwise, I get lost. So we're midway through April, May, June. So we got 2.5 months until the end of June, and July is like school's out, summer really picks up. It's an exciting time. So we've got a solid 10 weeks right now to make some damage. So write down your goals. In the next 10 weeks, what do you want to accomplish? Like, where do you want to try to get to with your physique? Do you want to lose X amount of pounds? Do you want to feel a certain way? Do you want to progress to this level on your weights? Like, do you want to, if you're hip thrusting 225 pounds, let's say, 2 plates aside, do you want to try to get to 3 plates aside by the end of June? Sorry, 1 second. This is why I need Casey in the office with me, because it's very hard to manage a dog while doing lives. 1 sec. Okay. no chewing water balls. She's gonna puff at me. There. Okay. This is how we do it. We smack her in the face with frisbees until she gets interested. All right, so we're gonna make some goals, some either physique goals or performance-based goals, or it can even be skill-based goals. So skills as in like, where do you want to be with your nutrition practices? Where do you want to be with your training practices? That sort of stuff. She is just staring at me right now. She's not interested in that frisbee, even though I was compliment with it. So we want to create those goals, and then I want you to actually send to your coach. So send that to either Casey or I, what you want to accomplish, because we can help you understand, like, yeah, this is definitely realistic, or be like, you know what, I think this might be a little bit aggressive, or we might look at it and go, we can do more than that. So use us for that. Send us your goals, because it also helps us know how we're going to coach you for these next 10 weeks. And what you're going to do, we made the 2 columns of your motivation for your habits, your protocols and everything, your execution for those things. We're making a list of our goals in column 3, and in column 4, we're going to list off what things do I need to improve on. Where do I need to be with my my execution of my protocols, my training, my nutrition, my habits, in order for me to actually see the change that I want to see in the next 10 weeks. All right? And so what this is going to do, it's going to give you a good picture. It's going to tell you, this is where I am right now, this is where I want to be, and this is what I need to do to get there. You're going to send us where you want to be, because we're going to help align that goal with you of what you need to do to get there. And it's also going to inform us where you want to be and what we need to do to make sure that you get there. But how this is going to build your motivation is we're gonna look at that and we're gonna go, okay, well, summer's only 10 weeks away. That's not fucking far from now. So we need to go from here, wherever you are here, to here in the next 10 weeks. And Casey and I are going to take your goals, and we're going to help you and give you our feedback of where we think that you need to improve on in order to get to that goal. So that's going to help start to build motivation, because you're going to look at it and go, okay, I've got some work to do, and I've got 10 weeks to do it. It gives us that timeline and a kind of sense of urgency of like, let's get moving here. Summer's coming. I want to wear that bikini. I want to wear that bathing suit. I want to wear that pretty dress. I want to, whatever else it is, I want to have that strength level. I want to feel like I'm this level of my skill. So when summer comes and vacations happen and life starts getting a little bit chaotic, my skills are high enough that I can manage that without feeling stressed out. Because if summer comes right now and I have all of those things happen, I don't know how I'm going to get through it. Whatever the goal is, we're going to start to look at that and create that urgency towards achieving it. And we're going to use the change of the seasons and that natural boost in energy as a way to precipitate the action to get there. We can, when we're aware of it, we know that energy is picking up. Even if it's not all the way there, we have that knowledge in our mind that the days are going to get warmer, sun's going to get brighter, and I'm going to naturally just want to be outside and doing things more, which means I can channel that energy into my workouts right now. I can get ahead of that. I know it's coming, so I'm going to start it now. I'm going to start doing the actions, because if you watched all of the lives, I can't remember how many weeks ago it was, I was talking about how action precedes motivation. You need to do before you feel. So the more you do, the more you feel motivated. We have a natural boost of motivation coming up. If we do more, we can stack on top of that and compound the effect, so that when the next 2-3 weeks, we start to feel the effects of the sunny days, the warm weather. We're also feeling the effects of the actions that we're taking right now, and we can double down on it to make it like the most exciting 10 weeks ever. All right, so that's a practice I want everybody to do. and we're going to be making sure that everybody watches this live. Casey and I are going to be doing our homework when we get your answers to make sure that in your next check-in we can give you the proper direction, feedback, and guidance to make sure that we get to that goal, and that we also make sure that goal aligns with reality and what we want to accomplish, what we can accomplish. So this is exciting. I'm just going to recap. Your homework is to itemize, and this doesn't need to take you more than like 10-15 minutes. But you're going to write down your columns 1 to 10. You're going to have 4 columns, sorry. On column 1, you're going to write a scale from 1 to 10. You're going to rate how motivated you are for your training, for your nutrition practices, for your hydration, for improving your sleep. You're going to rate all of those things. You're going to then rate your execution based off of your best effort, not perfection. Am I putting my best effort into trying to optimize my sleep and make sure that I'm getting proper sleep so that I can grow the way that I want to, or burn calories the way that I want to, burn off those fat stores? You're going to rate your best effort on when I go into the gym. Am I pushing myself as hard as I can, or am I leaving extra in the tank? Am I skipping exercises? Am I skipping warm-ups? Am I cheating on my range of motion? Any of those sorts of things. You're going to evaluate yourself on your execution of those things based off of your best effort. Then you're going to list off the goals that you want to accomplish from now until the end of June, 10 weeks. Where do you want to be in 10 weeks from now? Do you want to be, I don't know, I'm just going to throw out some easy abstract goals, but like, do you want to be 10 pounds down? You want to lose a pound a week? Do you want to be 15 pounds down? Do you want to be, do you want to double your hip thrust output? Like, do you want to go from 2 plates to 3 plates? Do you want to feel 50% more confident with your nutrition? You want to know that when you go on vacation, you know how to manage your nutrition and still get your protein in, because right now you might not. Whatever that goal is, write those goals down. Those goals you're going to send to us. And then you're going to list off on the 4th column where you think that your skills need, or your effort level needs to be in each of those categories, where, like, what improvements you think you need to make, if you need to make improvements, which most of us probably do. Myself, I know I do. There's things I'm sure that you might not really feel like you need to improve that much, but I'll challenge that because we can always improve. So 4th column, you're going to write where on that 1 to 10 list of your best effort level you think you need to be in terms, or in order to actually accomplish that. And we're going to get hard to work. We're going to start today, and we're going to make sure that we do our best to reach those goals, exceed those goals, whatever we need to do in order to make that happen. All right. So that's it. That's all. If you're watching on replay, drop down your biggest win. Hashtag replay, put your biggest takeaway in there. And let's use the group. Let's use each other for motivation. The more, if one of you posts the things that you're motivated about, then other people are going to feed off of that. And if 6 of you post the things that you're motivated to work towards, everybody's going to feed off of that. We can work as a community, as a team, and really use each other as a way to propel each other forward. We all want to see each other succeed here. We all want to make big changes with our lives and with our bodies. So let's take that journey and do it all together. So yeah, use the WhatsApp group to improve your motivation, improve everybody else's motivation, and let's go get it. All right. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and we will talk to you soon.